Do you ever wonder why everyone else around you seems to be able to just let things roll off their back? They just don't let things bother them as much as you do. And you wonder why? Why is it like that? Have you ever been called sensitive your entire life? Probably since you were a little bitty kid, you were called just sensitive and you have those big emotions, right? Do people ever say, why do you cry so much? Why do you have those big reactions? Why do you have those big emotions? Again, just let things roll off your back. Why can't you do it? Probably because you're a highly sensitive person. I understand this on so many levels because I'm a highly sensitive person as well. And I'm a double whammy. I'm an empath as well. Often, people do not understand or realize that they are highly sensitive. And this is the reason why they are experiencing so much overwhelm and anxiety in their life. And that is the reason why I started this channel. So I can bring this information to more people so they can understand who they are and learn how to accept their sensitivities and see it as a gift. People see it as a curse of being emotional. Why do I have that reaction? Why do I feel these big feelings? Why can't I let things roll off my back? Why do I sit and stir and mull in it? Well, that's because you just feel more. It's what I call the moreness factor. You just feel more. You feel more emotions, you feel more feelings, you feel it on so many different levels, and it affects you differently. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Ginger Reddy and I am your HSP bestie and coach. And welcome to the Thriving Sensitive. So this channel is all about celebrating your sensitivities, learning how to accept your sensitivities as a gift because they are a gift. We don't suppress our sensitivities here. We are gonna pull up a chair, have some tea, chat about things, really get to the bottom of the reason why we experience the emotions, experience the anxiety, and learn what I like to call become a sensitive badass. Accept your sensitivities and know that they make you who you are, and that makes you an incredible human being. So I want you to learn how to accept your sensitivities as a gift and thrive in this world that can often feel very chaotic for HSPs. So last week was my very first YouTube video, and I just want to say I am beyond grateful for every single person that watched the video, that commented on the video, that followed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Every single day I do gratitude. I want you to know every single one of you were in my gratitude for days and days and days. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. So let's talk about today's video. Let's jump right on in. Last week's video was about the 5 missed signs of being an HSP. So it's often signs that people miss. So today's video, we're gonna dive even deeper. We are gonna go a little spiritual woo-woo out of the box, which gets me super excited and gets me stoked to talk about it because these are the things that I really love to talk about. If you did not see the first video, please go check it out. I'll put the link in the notes, but since it's my second video, it'll be pretty easy to find it on my channel. I'm laughing because it's taken me so long to get here. I said this on the first one. This is going to be unpolished. It's going to be very authentic. I want it to be like we're having a convo together. My dog might even jump in the frame, and there's nothing I can do about that because if I put her away like downstairs, she is going to bark, and as an HSP, that's going to bother me. And as an HSP, I can feel how she feels, so I know she's struggling when she's not next to me. So it is what it is. So let's start. Let's get started. Super excited. Again, these are 5 more missed signs of being an HSP that I think are probably going to resonate with you. And if you don't resonate with them right now, you may, as you start to notice things and start to open yourself up to your HSP gift. Let's get started. So many things throughout my life and experiences I have had kind of thrown me off course until I finally understood that I'm an HSP and really everything was validated and everything I felt and the experiences I had were understood. Like within myself, I understood like who I am now. So that's why I'm diving deep into these different traits that often aren't talked about. Okay, so number 1. Spirituality has always been an important aspect of your life. And maybe you've gone through ups and downs of it, but you probably have always come back to it. And spirituality can be religion or spirituality, two totally different things. Yet a lot of HSPs will be very religious, and a lot of HSPs are also very spiritual. Me, I'm extremely spiritual. It's the reason why we are going to get very spiritual on this channel, okay? So you just innately know as an HSP that you are connected to something on a deeper level. That's something bigger than just us. It's typically the reason why HSPs want to help. It's the reason why HSPs become light workers. It's the reason why HSPs are nurses and teachers. If you're shaking your head, yes, yeah, you want to help people. You always feel like you want to help. It's the reason why people come and talk to you all the time and spill their problems. I can be in a bathroom and I say hello, and somehow I get the whole life story of somebody, and my husband's like, why were you in the bathroom for so long? And that's because somebody shared, like literally spilled their guts to me, okay? This just happens naturally for HSPs. We are connected to something bigger. We are spiritual. We know that we are helpers. We know there's just this connection to the universe. And however you want to call it God, you want to call it source, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But you know that you are connected to it. You know that there's something bigger than you. You know you're here to help. You know you're here to guide. If you're shaking your head yes, feeling very validated right now, maybe that's the reason why. If you're in a job that feels like, okay, I'm not tapping into my passion, I'm helping, but not like I want to, it's where maybe you start looking into how can you incorporate that if you have to keep that job, which is totally okay. How can I incorporate it in volunteering and reaching out and doing something in the community? Figure out what you can do to bring your light to this world, because there is a connection to spirituality, there's a connection to giving, and there's a connection to helping. HSPs just naturally are connected to spirituality, like I said, or religion. We just know that there's something bigger than us. Okay, so let's now talk about number 2, okay? Number 2 is your intuition. Woo, okay. So this is something that we are going to go into many videos on this channel, because oftentimes as HSPs, we completely forget to tap into our intuition. We were able to do it as a kid, and then we're taught as a kid to not really listen to that feeling, and you forget about it, and you don't know how to actually listen to it. And often that 3D world of all the things being thrown at us, because we are, overstimulated, we process things bigger, we have those big emotions. When we are going through those feelings constantly, our intuition doesn't have room to actually talk to us. So that intuition is that just gut feeling. And I will tell you that most HSPs have that gut feeling. You probably have just always known things were going to happen, or that was a bad choice, or you should do this instead of that. I'll give you an example that's crazy. So when I first met my husband, I met his director of operations. He has a real estate team. And I met his director of operations, and I just knew immediately he should fire her. I don't know why. It was just this feeling, this gut feeling. And this happens to us where we have these gut feelings. We're like, how? How do we know this? And people ask, how do you know this? I don't know. It's our intuition. And as an HSP, your intuition is attempting to come out. We just have to get quiet. So back to the story. So I remember just feeling this feeling, and it was very early on in our relationship. And I told him, I was like, you should probably just, beware, think about the things that she does, and, maybe keep an eye out. Lo and behold, she was actually embezzling, and embezzled a lot of money over the years. I mean, a lot of money from my husband. And crazy enough, I'm the one who found it. So I just knew. So you probably have had these situations in your life where you just know things. And it's just that intuitive, gut punch where you're just like, oh, I just know that. Oh, we should go left instead of right. So that intuition is a gift, and it is part of being an HSP. And if you're not tapping into it, again, we're going to go into videos of this, you're missing out on so much goodness that can come to your life because of that gift. Oftentimes, again, that 3D world, so everything that's around us, everything we see, feel, touch, all that stuff that's in front of us and living in our subconscious, where we're just doing those activities every single day, day in and day out, what happens is we disconnect from our intuition. So make sure you sit down and start just taking a few minutes to be quiet and listen. I mean, shoot, you could do this in the bathroom, guys, while you're taking a shower. You can do it while you're brushing your teeth. Quiet your mind. If meditation scares you and the thought of sitting down and being quiet scares you, start small. I'm all about starting small and implementing teeny tiny little changes, and then you can start growing from there, okay? So this is where start small and just get a little quieter. See what's coming up for you. See what you can, like what your intuition is telling you. You know it's there. And I know if you're watching this video, you're probably going, oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, I've had these experiences. And people ask me, how? How do I know? You just know. Another way you can start to incorporate listening to your intuition is when you say yes or no. So for example, if somebody asks you to do something and you say yes, does your body immediately feel tight or tense? You're going to feel your intuition in your body. If you start to pay attention to how you feel when you say yes or when you say no, you're going to be able to understand what is a good choice for you and what's a choice that you should probably think about or maybe not do. This has happened to me a lot, that I have really paid attention to my body in the past couple years of how I feel when I say yes or no. So just that's another simple practice that you can start doing. Again, if getting quiet is scary for you right now, that's okay. Just pay attention to your body when you say yes or when you say no. All right, let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is getting woo-woo on you. All right, I got a little excited there, sorry. Having a belief in the unseen world. Okay, I don't want you to freak out, but we are going to talk about angels. We're going to talk about spirit guides. We're going to talk about maybe even psychic abilities that you experience as an HSP. And if this doesn't resonate, that's okay. Okay, I understand that. But for many, it does. You may or may not feel like this resonates at all. Again, that's okay. This is the thing though. HSPs are old souls. You have lived many different lives. It's the reason why you probably have deja vu. You might not resonate now, but the more I talk to you, you'll probably be like, oh my gosh, that is totally me. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's totally me. Okay, deja vu is a lot of times something that you experience as a past life. I'll give you an example. I went to Newport Beach last year, and quite literally, I felt like I was at home. I was like, this is home for me. It's like I felt like, normally when I go places, I'm a little hesitant on going around by myself and getting around. I had no problems there. It felt known to me. So HSPs just have had many different lives. We're old souls, which makes us also very naturally connected to the universe. So let me throw a little science at you. Quantum physics says that we are all vibrational beings, right? So we're all vibrating. We're vibrating energy. So this is the reason why your thoughts have energy too. You have a thought backed with emotion, which gives you a frequency that you put out into the universe. Again, we're going to talk about that in another video. Okay, so we are all vibrating frequencies, or we are all vibrating energy, and we are emitting a frequency into the universe. And as HSPs, we are just highly attuned and connected. So if you have not ever gone down this route of connecting to your spirit guides or connecting with archangels. So this archangels is very religious actually, but spirituality as well. So if you're Catholic, you know about archangels. So if you've never felt the connection, we're going to talk about that in videos. We're going to talk about how to connect with your spirit guides, because as HSPs, we have that frequency and we have the attunement into the vibrational frequency of the universe. And the more you open yourself up to it, and it's okay if you don't resonate again, but I will tell you, the more you open yourself up to it, the more freeing your life will feel, the more supported your life will feel. You will feel like you're never truly alone. You always have the accessibility to tap into those other resources that are outside of this 3D world to be able to feel supported and loved. And HSPs often feel so isolated, right? We feel so alone. So this is a message that I just want to bring to HSPs so they can understand you're never alone. You have accessibility. You have that vibrational frequency to open yourself up to spirit guides and your archangels and ancestors, to be able to open yourself up to these type of spiritual experiences and change your life. Because honestly, it's changed my life. You pick up on energy as well. So this is the thing. Most HSPs are so attuned to the vibrational frequency, you just know when something is wrong. You know when something is off. Again, it's the reason why people also are just, pulled to you. It's the reason why you're a light worker. It's the reason why you want to help. Do you see all these things, how they just start to connect? So many HSPs don't understand that they are picking up energy the entire time that they are walking around all day long. So something that I do every single day is I protect myself with an energetic barrier, essentially. And I will do a quick little, maybe short on this. It's something so simple you can do while you're getting dressed. I mean, it's very short. It's like a minute, 2 minutes long. So also, this is something extremely important to make sure that you are protecting your energy because you are so vibrationally connected to the universe. Let's talk about number 4. Okay, so number 4 is noises and smells. A little less woo-woo, but we're still gonna get a little woo-woo with it. Most people assume just loud noises. And this is the thing. If a loud noise bothers you as an HSP, that's totally normal. But maybe you actually like listening to, say, for example, really loud music. That's okay. It's different for every HSP. Your experience is gonna be different. I don't like loud music. It's a lot for me. Going to concerts is a lot. I can do pretty well at Red Rocks because it's very open. But other than that, I struggle at concerts. I'm not big on the loud noises. But again, other people can listen to loud noises and it's soothing to them. I'll give you another example. I can't work and listen to music at the same time. It's too much for me. I completely get overwhelmed. I'll even give you another example. This is how in tuned you can be as an HSP. My sound machine does this reverberating noise that probably no one else could hear, but I can hear it. It is something that's right there that I can hear. It's this teeny tiny little noise and I can hear it. I have to turn my head so I can't listen to it. TV's another one. Do you have a battle with the TV volume? If it's too high, you're like, ugh. If it's too low, I can't hear. It's a really big struggle to find that in between, right? So noises are different for everybody. Just realize that. But noises are definitely overstimulating. Smells don't typically bother me, but I have ran across many HSPs that smells are really intense for them. We can all pretty much probably smell things more intensely, and if it's too intense, it's too much, like cologne and perfume, and that might bother some people that are just non-HSPs, but for us, it's whoa, I gotta leave. On a science level, we can connect smells and sounds to emotions. The smell of flowers in a field may bring you peace and harmony, but the sound of a screeching baby may make you want to just climb the walls. And you're like, ah! So just side note on that, I'm actually going to be writing a blog post next week about being an HSP parent and raising children, and it can be very difficult. It's many experiences that I had that I struggled and had to really learn how to regulate my nervous system. If that's something you are interested in, make sure that you sign up for my newsletter, and I always put my blog posts in my newsletter. Okay, so let's continue talking about the smells and noise on a scientific level. We just naturally pay more attention to what is just going on around us. You're going to just naturally be more aware of sounds and smells because you just pay attention to more details. We're also just overstimulated more easily. So our senses just get frazzled when we experience, a smell that we don't like or that is connected to emotion that immediately takes us back there. So remember that vibrational frequency? It's going to take you back to that vibrational frequency that for HSPs is an extreme vibrational frequency that we're immediately feeling because of that sound or smell. So let's talk about number 5, downtime. Have you ever gone to an event and you feel completely exhausted afterwards? Or spending time with your family that you love, that you know that you want to be around, but you feel exhausted afterwards? You go to work and you feel exhausted afterwards. Like, not the exhaustion that most people feel. Again, you just feel it more. It's that moreness level, right? It's that moreness. You feel it more. That is because HSPs require downtime. Because we are more overstimulated, if having these big experiences, having more emotions, having more feelings, you're going to need some time to rest. You're going to need some time to sit down and take a breather. And we often don't do it. It's too hard for us, right? We're just constantly go, go, go. It's constant movement. But for HSPs, hustling and constantly going and putting too much in your schedule, overscheduling yourself is going to cause you stress and overwhelm. And if you continuously do it, it is going to at some point possibly cause you adrenal fatigue. It's going to cause you something that's going to start messing with your body. You're going to feel ailments. You're going to feel a big struggle. You're going to feel stress. You're going to feel it in your body. It's going to manifest some way in your body. I understand this whenever I was in the corporate world for 10 years, on a plane, in a hotel, constantly going, never stopping. It was back-to-back trainings, never stopping. I felt like I never took a breath. I'd get home and I'd feel sick. And this is something that's not new for me. This is something I can track all the way back to my childhood. When I would go to birthday parties, I was a highly sensitive child. And of course, that was not really understood then. And I would get home and my mom would be like, oh, it's just because, you probably ate lots of junk food. And I would be like, yeah, that's probably the reason why. I'd get sick. I wouldn't be able to do things. I would be physically ill. That is because it was too much. I wasn't taking a break. I'll give you another example. I love my family. I have a 4-year-old son. My husband's amazing. After the weekends, on Mondays, I have to take time to just be quiet and just process things that happened over the weekend. So this is the thing. You have to allow yourself to do this. If you work in the corporate world and your schedule is packed, talk to your boss. Maybe explain the reason why you can't be back-to-back meetings. You need to digest. You need to take that time. You need to be able to breathe for a minute. Take a step back and figure out where you can put blocks in your day to be able to take a breather. We talked about in the last video last week, we are deep reflective thinkers. If we don't have that time to sit and digest that information and reflect on our day and reflect on our emotions and maybe reactions that we had and how can we do things better, then we're missing out on a big component of a trait of ours, that we are deep reflectors. So in order to just fuel your soul and give your body time to breathe, you got to take a break. Take a break. Okay, so today we talked about a lot of different deep things that you may experience as an HSP that are often not talked about. Spirituality, very important to you. And it's something you've probably felt very connected to, even if there's been ups and downs throughout your life. You're highly intuitive. Highly intuitive. Belief in the unseen world. That's the one that might be like, ooh, I don't know, I've never had that experience before. You open yourself up to it, you will. Number 4, noises and smells. And number 5, downtime. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up and make sure you follow the channel, The Thriving Sensitive. Every Thursday, I will be posting a new video. If you want to learn more about your HSP traits and your personality type, and you're wondering, is this me? I have an awesome quiz. It's 6 questions. It's really fun. I made it fun and light, but it gives you an amazing amount of feedback that can really help guide you in your HSP journey. So I will drop that link in the notes as well. I'm sending you so much light, love, and beautiful energy. Have a great day, y'all.